of Sevens Rugby.
Yeah, absolutely. Cape Town take a bow. What an event the city of Cape Town has put on. It's New Zealand about to take on Scotland. The playoff for bronze.
What a moment that was. New Zealand about to take on Scotland for the bronze medal in the Cape Town Sevens. And I'm delighted to say that our entire production crew is back in action. They've unfrozen and ready to go with this game. Scott Riddell and Scott Curry, the two captains of these teams. New Zealand, 2 wins and a draw in the pool stages yesterday. They beat Kenya by 28 points to 7 in the quarterfinal. Earlier on today, they met the host country and defending champion South Africa in the semi-finals. And in a very tightly contested affair, they went 7-0 up, and then South Africa eventually prevailing by 14 points to 7. Scotland, 3 out of 3 wins in their pool yesterday. A 24-19 defeat of the USA in the quarterfinals in the early afternoon, and then in the semi-finals losing out to England as they did in the quarterfinals in Dubai a week ago. That lost to England by 33 points to 7. And 33 points to 14, I beg your pardon. And Scotland now in their change strip in the red. And New Zealand draw with Canada in the pool stages, but it still allowed them to top their pool and qualify to play Kenya in the quarterfinals. Jaco Kotsat still very much making his way on the 7th circuit. This a wonderful opportunity for him, the South African referee taking charge of this bronze medal game. Anyani Shamangi is with me for this one. New Zealand would be disappointed, Shami, at their semi-final against South Africa. It was a hugely physical encounter. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, definitely, Matt. And look, considering where they were last weekend, it's an improvement for New Zealand, close to toppling the host team.
Well, George Horn has been a live wire throughout and managing to shift the ball away into the wider channels. Scotland have shown some excellent signs over the first 2 weeks of this series. Dubai and Cape Town. Just this and one other match to go in the Cape Town Sevens. And away goes Naya Thabu. Beautiful show of the ball from Scott White. Cover defence there from New Zealand. Sione Molia making an attempt over the ball, but well cleaned off it. Plenty of composure being shown here by Scotland, but now trying to get a knee on the ground to create the tackle, which they have done. Horn through Dougie Fife to Naya Thabu again. He is the go-to man for Scotland in terms of the ball carry. And a beautiful line now from Scott Riddell, the captain, looking for a support run. He has one in the form of Dougie Fife, and Scotland get the first try of this bronze medal game. Dougie Fife over. Patience from Scotland, waiting for the openings to come, and then 2 beautiful lines run to create the try-scoring opportunity.
Oh, well, what a brilliant line from the captain, Scott Riddell. Straight through a challenging line, a massive hole, and support from Fife. I must say, Scotland getting the offload game going nicely. Initially, New Zealand with some big line speed, trying to cut down their space. They've gotten around that, but what a line from Riddell. Look at that, straight through the hole, and the support play from Fife. Scotland get off to a good start, and they look full of running in the early stages of this game.
And the extras added as well for Scotland, so they lead by 7-0. Worth noting that they have never beaten New Zealand before this game in 34 attempts. It's Fife again, having scored one, brought down some 7 meters short, but still the ball is alive for Scotland. Horn away to Riddell. And Horn working hard off the ball to make himself available as a passing option. Johnston has been outstanding, but now he's thrown the pass that's intercepted by Scott Curry. A little bit loose from New Zealand, though, on the turnover ball. There was a shove there. Off the ball, just a little overzealous from the Scots.
Yeah, and could possibly be a late hit, but they've let it play on. New Zealand just trying to weather the storm. The Scottish looking full of energy, some good offloads and some support play, some hard work with the ball from the Scottish team.
34 matches between these two countries. The last time they met was in Wellington in the pool stages in January of this year, and not a win. 27-7, New Zealand victorious. Average score over those 34 games of 33 points to 5 in favour of New Zealand. Sione Molia to ground, away by Mickelson. Speculative pass from Scott Curry. Collier on the bounce. Side entry is the call. Thought he may have some rights as the tackler.
Let's go.
New Zealand set move and shifting it quickly back to their left. Antonio Kirikiri.
Late tackle by number 6.
It's a late tackle now, so discipline costing the Scots some possession.
Yeah, they just need to get back to task here. Unnecessary, the ball's been passed and he follows through.
So New Zealand looking to hit back. Lovely offload from Molia. Then Naluafe and Collier. Collier, no one will stop him, he's in the corner. It'll be a difficult conversion attempt, but New Zealand on the board, showing what they can do with just a little bit of continuity.
Yeah, and just some great passes, utilizing the width of the field. Naluafe goes across and off to Collier in space. For that time, the Scottish defense compressed coast to coast from the New Zealanders and in the corner.
Certainly an element of rebuilding for this New Zealand 7 side. And the new coach, Scott Waldrum. Well, that's a wonderful conversion. Flag up. How important might that be in the final analysis? 7 apiece in the bronze medal game in Cape Town.
And just great execution. The work done. Naluafe finds Collier out wide. But the Scottish defense just went in a little bit narrow. There was space. Speed from New Zealand.
There's still a full minute to play. And beautifully claimed by Scotland. Mark Robertson dragged towards touch by Naluafe. Mickelson very quickly up on defence, and that was a great decision from George Horn. He's going to go all the way and just reward for an incredible piece of awareness, perhaps we can call it that. He spotted Mickelson very quickly up out of the defensive line, realised that there would be a gap on the inside. Superbly executed by George Horn.
Yeah, and he's forced to rush up because of the line speed from the New Zealanders. But that dummy was bought by the New Zealanders. What a try from the little man Horn.
Nowhere near, but the hooter sounding after the ball had been kicked, so we will have a restart here.
Right.
Scott White's restart. Just a fraction too deep. Well dealt with by Mickelson.
Fine.
A very strong counteract from Scotland, but here's an opportunity for New Zealand. Tackle made by Nayathavu. No release in that tackle, hence the penalty. Opportunity for New Zealand to draw level or perhaps even go ahead. No, penalty. The way of Scotland. Rocky Khan holding on the ground this time. Horn probing. Possible 3-on-2 here for Scotland. Back to the inside goes James Johnston. And that's lost forward in contact. Turnover ball is dangerous for New Zealand. And Mickelson is away. Being chased down by Scott White, but he won't have enough on it. And Mickelson dots down to level the scores. After the hooter for the end of the first half, still a kick to come.
The unfortunate error from Johnston. He's looking up, the ball gets knocked out of his hand, but that's the quality of this New Zealand team. Ball turned over, off to Mickelson, too quick. They were never going to catch him from there.
Well, it's a sad mistake for James Johnston. He's been a standout player for Scotland throughout this tournament, but in the pressure from the tackle of Rocky Khan, the ball was lost, the turnover was made, and with that try being converted, New Zealand are the team that go into the break with a lead by 14 points to 12.
Very good half. When we've got tempo in the game and we're sticking to our principles, we're getting walk-ins. Okay? Where they are coming into the game, listen please, where they're coming into the game, we're just stepping back too early. Let the ball go to the edges. Support, if we all buy into the cog pattern and we all work that one man harder, we will walk in tries. So even if there's a half chance, it must be a try. Otherwise, if you're thinking, let it go to the outside, all clear on that. This next minute, build the score, and then we'll get the impacts on. But guys who are on here, let's crank it up. They are there to be taken. They're absolutely knackered. Resets, we're good. Where have they done us? Have they done us to the outside? No. We're fighting in. If not,
Just 7 minutes to play in the bronze medal game. All-time top try scorers. Tim Mickelson has just overtaken Fabian Juries of South Africa. They were joint on 179 tries, and with that try just on the stroke of half-time, Mickelson goes into 5th place on his own. And New Zealand with a 14-12 lead. 2 converted tries and 2 excellent conversions, it must be said, have allowed New Zealand to get their nose in front. Scotland it was who opened the scoring through Dougie Fife and added another through George Horn. Tries for New Zealand by Dylan Collier first, and then Mickelson after the hooter at the end of the first half. Good energy on defence from Scotland. George Horn, the man to make the tackle, but
Offside, number 6.
Offside is the call. Tackle completion rate unusual for New Zealand, unusually low.
Yeah, and that's because, well, Scotland have got a good offloading game. It's a nice blend with the Scottish team. They've got some big men and some really smaller, quick guys, explosive players, and ball given away. That just before half-time, led to a score by Mickelson. So always got to be wary with New Zealand players around. But Scotland, probably one of the better Scottish teams we've seen in the Seventh Circuit, Matt. I must say, really impressive. They've had some close contests, but they generally come out winners at the end.
Well, won all their games in the group as well against Samoa, Uganda, and then Wales. The Welsh game, a very tightly contested affair yesterday evening, which allowed them to qualify top of the group. And in search of their first ever win against New Zealand. They led twice during the course of the first half, but surrendered that lead on the stroke of half-time to a converted try. Another offside call.
That was Jamie Fondell. He must have been about 1.5 meters offside.
We're getting 6 and now 7 again. Next one is in the bin.
Well, a very firm warning from Jaco Kotze that the next Scottish player coming out of the line and offside will receive a card. So discipline vital now for Scotland. Well, there was a big rush up from George Horn. That one wasn't offside. He timed his run out of the line to perfection, and Scotland winning the turnover this time. Quick to go is Scott White. No sweeper at the back for New Zealand. White chasing down. Collier was back there for New Zealand. Got the pass away to Curry. And the All Blacks will try and build from very deep. Kitty to ground. Collier slipping out of one tackle. Big handoff on the second would-be tackler. Mickelson running the support line here and shaking off a tackler himself. Stands up strongly in the attempted tackle and accelerating away from Fraser Lyle. Mickelson finds Kiri to his left, and Antonio Kiri in for New Zealand's third.
Yeah, that's fantastic play from New Zealand. Just so calm under pressure, slowing the game down, waiting for players to get behind the ball. And Antonio Kiri gets a wonderful pass from Mickelson. But so calm, it was a kick that they retrieved at the back, slowed the game down, and just built it up. Look at that fantastic leg drive from Mickelson, and Antonio Kiri in support, working hard off the ball, and he had enough pace to go over.
Fraser Lyle never gave up the chase. Now, important kick there, that one going away, so still a 7-point game. Scotland can take some heart from that. DJ Forbes waiting to make his appearance. Such an inspirational captain of New Zealand over so many seasons. DJ Forbes. Wonderful for Scott Waldron, the coach, to have him around as a provider of massive experience, a calm head in pressure situations.
In the air.
Contact in the air at the restart contest. White, quick to take. Horn. Scotland desperate to keep the ball alive. It was a good clean out from Jonathan Ruru, but Scotland doing well to recycle. And an opportunity up the right for James Fleming. Beautiful step from Fleming. He will go in under the posts. Wonderful score, Scotland, showing a huge amount of heart. And a kick to come should be a formality and will be tied up at 19-all.
Well created by Danny Fife, and Fleming didn't have the pace, cut back on the inside. The New Zealand player had overtracked. And how many times we've seen this with Scotland, tight games. They showed plenty of fight this weekend and running New Zealand close.
Time off.
Well, some changes now for Scotland. Double change being made by the look of it. Rolling substitutions, Johnston and Robertson back onto the field. They both started the game. A bit of a fumble from New Zealand, gifting possession to the Scots, and the crowd here in Cape Town rallying behind the brave Scotsman. Fraser Lyle did well. Now the captain, Scott Riddell. Jamie Farndale is burrowing in there. There's a huge contest over the ball, and the penalty goes the way of New Zealand. Forbes, first touch for him since making his appearance. Now Yopo Aso. Good clean over the ball from DJ Forbes, offering the necessary protection. Sione Molia. Away by Curry. Tetamaki. Ruru and Forbes. Gap closing down on him quickly. He had a man away to his right. It's a beautiful pick-up and a score in the corner for Jonathan Ruru. Breaking the deadlock. Just want to check touch. No problem with touch, no problem with grounding. Try awarded.
That's a great try from Jonathan Ruru. A team try. Some great passing, building it up, New Zealand. And he just spotted a little, well, space down the blind side. A little bit of work to do, almost hugging the touchline. And he went over. Jonathan Ruru.
Okay, let's go, please.
Conversion attempt from right-hand touch. Hanging high, but away to the right. And that is the end of the bronze medal game here at the Cape Town Sevens. It took a late try from Jonathan Ruru to break the deadlock after Scotland had leveled the scores at 19 all. It was that try which gave New Zealand the win and the third place in Cape Town. They defeat Scotland by 24-19. The final is up next.